welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming. So if you're here, you've probably seen me like in this obnoxious video where I'm like saying, oh look at my hair, it's so long. It is long. It is long. I'm pretty gassed about it. Clearly why I'm doing this video, okay? So I'm just gonna give you 3 tips that like for sure these tips work for me. Like this is not something I googled and said, oh, I'm gonna tell you guys. No, I tried it. It worked for me because I was at a point where I was like, it had been years and my hair wasn't really growing, and I just gotten complacent with the idea that okay, my hair just is gonna be what it is, you know. And all of a sudden there was this huge sprout. But anyways, let me get back to the gist. Number one tip: protective styling. You guys have heard this before. It's true. You need to be very intentional about your protective styling. Like I kid you not, like that thing worked for me. And maybe it's because I always have my hair out, but the months where I had it in, the growth was tremendous. And I think another thing was that obviously while my hair was in, I took really good care of it regardless. So it's not that you have braids in and you leave it in for 2-3 months. I leave mine in for like 6-8 weeks maximum, and then you get it out. You guys already know the different ways, like whether it's a weave, like whether it's a braid, like you got braids in, like you already know protective styling, so I'm not gonna go too much into it. The second thing that really helped me out is finding out what type of porosity my hair is. So a lot of you might not have heard of this, but I promise you, if you have not heard of it, you need to go and find it out, please. Like it comes down to the smallest things, like what type of products you get. So what is hair porosity? It's basically like how well your hair absorbs moisture. How else can I describe it? It's basically how well it absorbs moisture and how well it retains it, right? So for me, I have low porosity hair. That means that moisture is hard to get in, but when it gets in, it stays locked in, kind of thing. So if I'm using heavy shea butter and heavy oils and all these things, they don't really absorb into my hair. They literally just sit down there. And I used to have this problem, like I didn't realize it was because I had low porosity hair. And there are different things that have worked for me that I stopped doing because I didn't know that was what was working for me. And it comes down to like I heat up my conditioner, and that helps opens up my cuticles a little bit and allows the moisture to get into the hair cuticles. So even for pre-pooing, I heat up my oils before using. Now when I say heat up my oils, I mean like 10 seconds, 20 seconds inside the microwave, right? And I'm not saying, please, this is disclaimer number 1 for this video. I'm not saying make it boiling hot and then put hot oil on your scalp. Please, that's not what I'm saying. I beg. Just make it warm so that it like opens up your cuticles. Now this is for low porosity hair especially. Like it will be amazing as well for high porosity hair, but us low porosity girls, you need this. You need to apply heat, a little bit of heat when you're applying conditioners, when you're applying oils. If not, it's literally just gonna sit down there, okay? And another thing for me is that to really feel like my hair is clean, I need like a good shampoo. Like I need like clarifying shampoo. So when you're looking for shampoos, look for clarifying shampoo. That will really help to like remove all the excess layers of oil and dirt and all of those things that are just literally just sitting down on your hair and blocking your scalp from growing, okay? You want those things to the left. This is my left, right? Okay, my left. Yeah. What else do I do? Also, certain types of conditioners that have hydrolyzed protein or wheat protein or silk protein, those are really good for low porosity hair. And it's vice versa for high porosity hair. So for high porosity hair, the moisture gets in there, but then it comes out just as quickly. So your hair can be like dry and brittle and everything, and you need to keep moisturizing on a regular basis. You need those like good oils. So you really need to know what type of hair porosity your hair is. And if you don't know, it's really easy. I don't have a glass of water, but you basically get a glass of water, yeah, and dip like a few strands into the glass of water. After a few minutes, like 2 minutes, it sinks down. Then you have high porosity hair. But if you're like me, it kind of just floats near the top. That's because the water didn't get in, and you need a little bit extra to get like the moisture in. So Yeah, so that's number 2 for me. Know the type. Like, I can do a whole other video on what knowing the type of porosity my hair did for me, and how it just helped me choose my products a bit better and treat my hair a bit better. Anyways, so that's number 2. Number 3 is pre-pooing. Okay, this is another thing I did not know what it was. I did not know what it was, but basically you get you get oils. You can use different things. So people sometimes use aloe vera gel, but I use coconut oil mostly, and then I put a few tablespoons of like castor oil, like 1 tablespoon of castor oil, then a few drops of tea tree oil, and then I just apply it to my hair before shampooing. And usually what happens is, like, I promise you this will take 5 minutes. So you section your hair, just put a bit of oil in each section and go about your day as normal, right? Before you're ready to shampoo your hair that day. So maybe like 2-3 hours before. You can do it like 30 minutes before, but obviously the longer the better. So I usually do it like a few hours before I go about doing my chores, and then when I'm ready to shampoo my hair, I get it out. And I promise you, like, when you pre-poo your hair after you shampoo it, like, it's so much softer. Like, you'll see, I'll show a video of me like doing like this and everything. I have my braids in now that I did myself, but now it's looking ratchet, but it's fine. This is my hair after conditioning. It looks even better, and yo, it is so light. Like, it feels so, like, I'm sorry, but my hair's never really felt like this. Like, I must be doing something right. Anyways, so it really just makes it like softer and lighter, and it's so much more manageable. It's ridiculous. So you're not shedding your hair as much. Your hair strands feel stronger. So I would really recommend pre-pooing. It helps for you to like really retain your length. So those are the 3 things, honestly, that I tried and worked for me. I would put in a few extra points because I know there are some people who are so clueless on how to treat their hair, right? So the first thing I would say is, like, treat your ends like your babies. Like, come on now, like, treat them like your elders in church. Like, you kneel down, like, bow down to them. If they say, oh, stop brushing, chill, like, take it easy, okay? And I would say also get the right combs and brushes. I see a lot of people using like these Oyinbo brushes. They don't work for us now. Let me see, I should have one here. Okay, so like, this is a detangling brush. They come in different like shapes and whatever, but I don't know the physics. But all I know is that when I use a detangling brush on my head, like, it just goes through my hair. There's not a lot of resistance, so there's not a lot of pulling and tugging, and there's not a lot of like shedding as much as it would be if it was just like a straight like comb. And there are also combs as well for curly hair. Like, our hair is not meant for all these Oyinbo combs. Please throw them away, okay? Get this brush and this kind of a comb. I can't find my comb right now, but those really help as well. Another thing, yo, it's because of my friend I'm saying this. Do not brush your hair or comb your hair unless it is wet. Please, like, make sure your hair is moisturized. If just spray with a spray bottle a few, like, do something. Do not comb your hair dry. That is number 1 disaster, like number 1 recipe for a disaster. Don't do it, okay? So that's another tip for you that I'm just dashing in this video, just throwing it everywhere. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me what else you want to know. There are a lot of things I mentioned that I didn't really expand in full detail because I just wanted to give you like 3 major tips that really helped me. But if you want to know more about a specific part or what has worked for me, let me know in the comments, and then I'll get you sorted, okay? Have a lovely day, beautiful. But I get broke with if I don't get it more.